3 great days of flying around Bryce Canyon National Park with Dallas Davis and his family. It had been a lot of fun. But when Dallas first suggested flying up towards Tropic Reservoir, I wasn't too taken by that idea because I had become fascinated with the scenery and geology and formations up and down Red Canyon. But finally, on the last day of our excursion, I decided, well, okay, I'll follow him. Let's see what we find. He promised me that it was a great place to go. And dadgummit, he was right. The lower part of the valley leading up to Tropic Reservoir wasn't particularly impressive, but what really struck me was how clear, crystal clear, the water in the creek is. In fact, I even spotted a couple of fairly large fish down there. Perhaps if I were a fishing type soul, I'd have wanted to land and wet a line to see if I could catch one of them. So, what I'd been a little reluctant to try turned out to be a really fun and fascinating experience. Maybe it really is a good idea to follow the advice of wiser heads every now and then. Watching some families and friends enjoying themselves down there on the ground camping reminded me once again how thankful I am to live in a place like this, where we have these vast expanses of public land, our national forests, Bureau of Land Management land, Park Service land. Just, wow. And yet there are people here who think the government is intruding too much and we need to sell this land and use it for something useful and make some money off it. Right. The Tropic Reservoir is in a little better shape than some reservoirs in the state, given the drought we've been suffering here. Off to one side, I spotted a tall snag of a tree with an obvious eagle's nest in the top of it. Looked like there were some eagles at home, but I guess it was the old parky instincts in me that made me continue flying and not take a chance on going over and harassing some of those magnificent birds and their babies. So just continued following Dallas south along the west side of Tropic Reservoir. Forests of ponderosa below. Just a nice, quiet, peaceful countryside down there. And I was surprised at how few people were camping, even though this was a holiday weekend. July 24th, Pioneer Day, is the most important holiday in Utah, it seems. But not a whole lot of people wandering around down below. We finally reached the far south end of the water and could see quite a ways farther south where there should have been water. The reservoirs of the state have taken a pretty tough beating as a result of the drought that we've been having here for so long. But wow, just what a privilege it is to fly over this country. So we turned around, headed back north. Just tagging along behind Dallas and his blue and gold parachute. That crystal clear stream of water. And then I discovered that he was leading me towards an even better adventure.